Greetings, Glitter Gang, and welcome back to Kathryn Scraps Live. My name is Kathryn. This is the Coffin album. This is part like 14-ish, somewhere in there. And we have just finished the Edgar Allan Poe themed pages, the Raven themed pages, and we have just one more Coffin left to do. So we don't have a ton of time left in today's show, but we do have some time left. So this is the page that we designed to look like you had a coffin with a window and obviously a dead relative with 3 heads, which, you know, we've all dealt with. It is what it is. So this is going to be creepy women, creepy dolls. That's kind of what we're looking for. So we're going to go through the embellishments and pick embellishments for this one. And then next week, what we'll do is we'll mat all the embellishments and get that, like, turn them into journaly spots or whatever we're going to do. And then we'll do the cover and the spine. Wow, that's a long time, Ella. I've been on YouTube since 2009. So that was a very early video. Yeah, but I've been on YouTube since the beginning of 2009. So, yep. I've been on YouTube a long time. I'm an old YouTube lady. All right, so I'm just going to kind of go through, and of course we're looking for, you know, stuff like that we can use on the backs of things. So we've got one of these little piles. All right, so there's something that can go on the back of something else. All right, let's see what else have we got. I know there's that one woman who I've looked at several times. She's like on an envelope or something. We'll see. Oh, here she is. She's over here. We might use her as a giant journaling spot. And then this woman's on the previous page, so I don't think we'll use her, although I do like that image. So we've got her. All right, let's see. We've also got these. I'm going to put them over here because they can go on the backs of things. And now we're just kind of looking for other things that are going to fit with primarily, like, she's going to be the largest thing. So we're kind of, that's the vibe. So maybe this little bat. This is like, you know, this is the first time I've noticed that these skeletons are like doing stuff. So, all right. All right, let's see. What do, like, if we're a lady, what do we need? Octopus lotion, right? For sure, right? And we got pasteurized. Let's see. We've got skeleton dust, toad blood, octopus lotion. What do I want? Dried and salted tarantula legs. Take every day. Okay, well, of course. So we'll do tarantula legs. We'll do octopus potion, and then because toad blood is just going to come with the octopus potion, we'll go ahead and take the toad blood as well. So those will be our 3 little things. Okay. And then, ooh, claws of a black crow. Maybe we'll grab that. Oh, wait, I forgot we had these little guys. Is there anything in here that I want? No, I'm okay. No. Gonna grab some witch hazel. That's always good to have around. I want to use this strip somehow. So here's what I'm thinking. What if we take the strip? I mean, technically I wanted to use a strip, but this is the biggest one, so. Take the strip. And then we need to put 3 spooky things. And so the question is, do we want to do like this and this? Or do we want to do like, you know, the different ladies? Because we could do her. She's around the same size. And then maybe her, she's around the same size. But I kind of like these ones that look like photographs. So if we just did these first 3, because they look more like photographs. So when I give away mystery boxes during Scrappy Bowl, the leftovers from projects, I tidy them up and I put them in the mystery boxes. So that is how I do, So I gift them, technically. Hey, buddy. He's going in his crinkle tube. So yeah, so after a project, everything that I have left, I tidy it up and I put it in a bag, and I use those bags to make the mystery boxes that I give away during Scrappy Bowl. Okay, let's do the ones that look more like photographs. All right, so we'll just do these 3 and this 3rd. So that's what I do with them. But like, I've also given supplies to schools in the past. That's mostly what I do. I mostly just give stuff away. I'm going to take this failed experiment and we'll just use this. As well. And things I'm using are getting mixed in with things I'm not using. So I'm going to take the things I'm using pile and put it over here. But yeah, I always neaten everything up first because it makes it more usable. So I cut everything in. Yes, if it's big enough to print on the other side, I will print on the other side. That's how I print my photo mats. And then if, especially if I messed up the printing somehow and the printing's unusable. So there's I do a bunch of different stuff. I do use pretty much in one way or another, a lot of it gets used. All right, so I think these are a little too big. I do like this Wicked. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Oh, there's other ones. We have a salamander. Oh, brain juice. I could have used some of that earlier. All right, so yeah, full sheets I haven't cut into. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's there's a lot of different ways to use your stuff. But my big recommendation for you when you're done with a project is to really tidy your stuff. And what I mean by that is like any scraps, like make sure all your scraps are rectangles. All your embellishments should be cut out of their big sheets and like put into bags, because you're only going to use, like for me, I just use what I see, you know, so if I can't see what's going on, then it doesn't get used, you know what I mean? So the closer it is to a usable state, the more likely I am to use it. And if you do get a collection that I have used before in a mystery box, it's all tidied up. Like I know Donna's gotten scraps from me before, and they are all like neat, I guess I would say. You know, they're all like rectangles and such. Because if it's all scraggly, I'm not going to use a scraggly pile. Like that's just, that prevents me from using it. So that's the thing. Like, and so I do think it's important to, you know, I like this clock, but I don't feel like cutting it out. Well, maybe next week I'll feel like cutting it out though. So, because maybe next week I won't be tired. So, and then, so that's my biggest piece of advice I can give you about, if you want to really use your scraps and things to make them usable, make them easy to use. And for that, really, you can just sit in front of the TV or put something on your phone or your tablet or your computer. Watch something, and then I just watch shows and tidy everything up. Or should we use some of these ladies? I'm going to grab the monster blood from this. But yeah, definitely before you store it is when you want to clean it up, because once it's stored, if it's in a bag and it's just, the bag looks like just scrapped, very scrappy, I find I just don't ever reach for it. I'm just always going to reach for something else. And then this is a witch book, so let's go ahead and do that, because this is the and you see this that looks like a book plate. I think this is going to go in the front and back cover, these two, because if we put this in the front cover and this in the back cover, I think that'll be cool. I just need to set these aside somewhere. Well, I'll remember to do that next week. I'll just stick it with these embellishments. All right. So I think I'm just going to grab from here a few things. I'm going to grab these poison bottles. And this skull. Good night, Ella. See you next week. Grab this skull because it's pretty. All right. Okay, so I think that's probably plenty of things to stuff in there. All right, so All right, we've got this woman, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut her out of the oval. I really dislike cutting ovals, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we've got her, and let's make sure she fits. Okay, she does. So, all right, so she fits. I'm gonna not do this. All right, so let's, of course we know we've got those to go in there. So we've got our photo mats, we've got her. These people we're gonna turn into a photo strip. And then here's our little pile of goodies. All right, now from here, yeah, these are things I was not gonna use. Yeah. Yeah, these all got rejected. And then from here, I wanted to grab this photograph because it just fits, the tone of it fits the photo strip a little bit better. All right. And then these are to put on the backs of things. This little stack. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to focus on in our last 10 minutes here is this photo strip. And if we can get a little progress made on this photo strip, that'll help for next week. So how are we going to handle this? So step number 1, okay, is, even though it's annoying, cut out all the white. Sorry, I'm sorry, but it's just, it's gonna make it look much more like an actual photo strip. And there's not really a way to do this other than just with your knife. So go around one side and then twist it, do another side, twist it, do another side. And this is one of those things that you do, you know, while you're watching a show that no one in the house wants to watch, or listening to your book club book, or, you know, whatever it is you want to do, listen to music. You know what? I have an idea. I wonder if it would go a little bit faster if I just went Don't I have the punch to just make a new strip? I don't. Is there a punch for this? Is it based off of a punch? Oh, you mean couldn't I just use the punch that I own to make a... Of course, Candy, but that would be easy. We're already going to finish this before Christmas. What more do you want from me? How fast do I have to go? But yes, if you have photo punched, you can probably just make your own photo strip and not use the one that's in the collection. All right, let's see how I did. Oh, that's not bad. But this is the quick. That's it. Well, it's the quick and easy Coffin. And the Coffin was quick and easy. So technically, it's not false advertising. Anyway, look how fast I did it anyway. So yeah, I don't know what to do for my brother for Christmas. I'm gonna just talk to him and see if there's anything he like really wants or needs. Because I know one of the things we talked about while he was in the hospital is like he didn't have a way to entertain himself while he was in the hospital, like other than his phone. Like he didn't have a tablet or anything like that. So maybe like an inexpensive kind of entertainment focused tablet. He's gonna need money to pay his medical bills. I mean, I can't even imagine. 3 weeks in the hospital, almost 4 weeks in the hospital. Over a week of that at least was in the ICU. I mean, that's got to be $1 million, right? Like what? I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Now, he has Kaiser, and whenever he wasn't in, and Kaiser has a wing in that hospital, so whenever he wasn't in the ICU, he was in the Kaiser wing. So I'm really just hoping that it's not too, that like, you know, it's between Kaiser and the hospital, most of it, and then, you know, he won't have to pay. And it's Kaiser who sent him to the hospital. So like when he was starting to feel sick, he went to Kaiser, and they're the ones who sent him to the hospital. So he went from a Kaiser facility to the hospital. So I'm just hoping that insurance is going to cover it and he's not going to have to deal with it. But I mean, he's just going to have to declare bankruptcy. I can't imagine what else he could possibly do. I mean, I don't, like, if the insurance doesn't cover all of it, because it's got to be like $1 million. I just can't imagine. So. All right. So now I'm going to cut out the thin strips, and then we'll cut out the rest of it and ink it, and then I do want him to ask for an itemized bill because I just am like curious about how many pages it would be. Oh, wow. So, yeah. That's what I was thinking, Kathleen. But I've heard that if you ask for an itemized bill, all of a sudden the price goes way down. So, so that it's good to ask for it. Oh, bill is by the sheet and you have to pay for the, of course you have to pay. Of course. All right, so now we've got this all cut out except for the sides. I'm just going to use my scissors on the sides. Oh yeah, that's smart. I'll make that suggestion. You have to pay for the 2 trees the paper is made from. Yeah. They were endangered too, so it's $8,000 per tree. I have no idea what a tree costs. Probably more than $8,000. Okay. So now okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to ink all the edges, and I'm going to try and be methodical about this. So I'm going to go all the way around the outside first, and then all the way around the big inside, and then we'll worry about all the little tiny squares. And I'm going to go over, because I do want to just finish this strip. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch between 2 fingers here and two fingers here, and I'm pulling my fingers, these fingers down and these fingers up, and that's going to hold the paper tight. And then I can just go around. And that way I don't have to worry that I'm going to rip the paper. And then for like the slot, I'm just going to kind of rub along. All of this is, so we, because, you know, we're in the, Mr. Lifeguard did 22 years in the military, so, you know, medical stuff is not, thankfully, because of that, is not something we have to worry about, thankfully. So, I mean, like medical stuff, like if we get sick, like we can still get sick, but obviously like it's covered if we get sick, coverage. So, but I remember when I had my surgery in 2005, I think it was $600,000, something like that. Something like I had really good insurance through my job at the time, so I didn't have to pay anything really. I think I had to pay the anesthesiologist like $60 or something, but okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, just focusing on this corner, and then just kind of rub it around. All right. So we've got that. So next what we're going to do is, oh, see, look at that. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to take a pencil, and once I frame how I want them, I'm just going to draw with a pencil, and then I'm going to cut outside that line, because I need some place to put my adhesive. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that on my desk, and I'm just going to lay this down on top of it where the pencil line is and check to make sure I don't see any paper anywhere, which I don't. So then I can just take my liquid glue and go around the edges of this. And then okay. All right. So we've got that top one done. All right, now we're going to do I'm going to do the bottom one next. Okay. All right. So once again, I'm just going to check to make sure once it's in frame that you can't see. And you can a little bit. Oh, no, you can't. You can't. It's okay. All right. So now I'm going to just turn it over and make sure it's really pressed down. And then we'll do the skeleton in the middle. Yeah, we'll do the skeleton in the middle. Okay. Okay. Look how cool. All right, so now what we need to do is, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Should we back this on a piece of charcoal cardstock? What do we want to show through the sides of the film strip is my question, you know? Because I don't know that I want to cut it out again to have it be totally open. That seems like a little much, even for me. Even for me. I think this is graphite. Yeah, that's graphite. I need no, excuse me, hiccup. A charcoal, not graphite. Charcoal, here you are. I don't like that. What do you all think? I don't like the gray. Do you like the gray? Is white better? Should I have just left it? Or should we just leave it open? But if I leave it open, then I have to cut it out again. I guess I could cut it out again and just not be a whiny baby about it. So what do you think? White or empty? White or empty? Oh, a cream would be better. That's true. Because it's brown toned. Let's get, let's go with off-white, which is the lightest cream. So you can see this is white, this is off-white. Off-white's a very light cream. Off-white might be too bright even. Let's try then natural. I like how I'm going to my shelf and pulling full sheets when I literally had a swatch book. Oh, natural is much better. Natural is much better. I literally have a swatch book like that I made. Like, why am I going and grabbing things off the shelf? Sometimes, guys, sometimes. Okay. All right, so here's natural, and then this is ivory. So we're just going to see natural, ivory. So ivory, and I don't know if it's showing on camera, but ivory is making this look a little green. Whereas natural is pulling out more brown tones. So it's just brownish, greenish. And I don't know. They're so close. On camera, I can't even not really even see a difference between the two colors, hardly at all. But ivory's just a little bit warmer. And so that's why when it's on ivory, it pulls a little green because of the contrast. And then natural's a little bit cooler. So that's why when it's on nat, you can see it most in this picture. How it gets browner. I think natural is better. So we'll go with natural. So I'm going to put off-white back. Okay. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to put tape down this edge. Like I'm going to make a tape rectangle here in the middle. And then I'll run liquid glue down the outside edges, and that should be good enough to stick it down. Good night. Cat food is very, very important. We have failed to provide adequate sustenance and been punished many times. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and burnish this. And then peel this tape. And then I can run a line of glue down each outside edge and stick it down and cut it out. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is, oh yeah, we could do that. Okay, hold on. Well, let me cut this all out. Hold on. Let's do one thing at a time. Let's burnish it. I'm going to cut it out with a ruler. Let's just use the knife. Well, yeah, we'll just use the knife. And then what we can do is when we go next week to put the backs on all of these and such, I'm going to actually cut a little bit below that and straighten it with my paper trimmer. Okay. Is we can cut the slits out like Margaret suggested, these two slits, and make them little tiny tag pockets, and we can put things like the like this in them, you know, these little small things can go back in here. So we can do that as part of our embellishment decorating next week. All right, so now I'm just going to take this over to the big trimmer so I can get straight across on those areas. All right. And then I'm going to just ink the edges so there's no cream showing on the sides. All right, and then that'll be that. Okay, so next week I'll be back at 2 p.m. Eastern USA time and 9 p.m. Eastern USA time to probably finish this book. So what we've got left is we've got to do the, the embellishments for this page. So we'll get them all matted and stuff on the back and all of that. And then we've got to do the spine and the cover. So basically what I think we'll probably do in terms of the schedule is in the afternoon show, we'll finish the book and we'll prep the spine. And then in the evening show, we'll put it all together and then we'll be done. So I would be very surprised if we didn't finish next week. Now, that doesn't mean we will finish next week because who knows what could happen. You never know. But barring some kind of catastrophe, we should finish this next week. And then we will be able to, do a couple quick and easy Christmassy things. So thank you so much for joining me, everyone. Of course, check out the archives to see the rest of this project or the playlist on YouTube. I hope you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend and an amazing December holiday season, and I will see you next week for more Coffin album, final week of Coffin album. Yay! So thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.